I'm your host, Athena Rose, and this is season 4 of Talk Your Shit, the podcast for all things messy and out of pocket in Gen Z, sex, and dating. I'm at After 5 Studios, and today I'm joined by some guests who you are not the most familiar with, seeing them seated. I am here with tequila connoisseurs, vibe curators, SOC, the only place to be in Philly nightlife, introducing Standing on Couches. Y'all want to go down the line and introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'll start off. I am Nate Council, co-founder of Standing on Couches. Follow me on all social medias, my best. Follow me on all social medias at Nate Council SOC.
Luke Bender, co-founder of Standing on Couches.
Yes, sir. You know who it is. Luca the DJ, at Luca the DJ on all platforms. What's good?
I'm Dominic Bender, also co-founder of Standing on Couches. You can also follow me on Instagram at Dom Bender, SOC.
And before we get into the body of today's episode, can one of y'all give me a brief rundown for someone who may not be familiar of what Standing on Couches SOC stands for?
Yeah, so SOC stands for Standing on Couches. What we are is a club promotion, nightlife, and hospitality company, kind of emphasizing the nightlife experience in any city, not just necessarily our city.
Awesome. And you're going to hear more about Philly nightlife, who SOC is in a brief moment. But I always love to start off every episode with my icebreaker segment. I love to call it Worst First. It's any worst first sexual encounter or dating experience. I thought that it would be fitting, since we're talking about dating in nightlife today, to hear about some of the horror stories that have emerged from the club. So I don't know who's feeling bold enough to go first.
I'll go first.
I don't know why I asked that question. Let's hear it.
All right, so I think everyone can vouch for me, even my friends. So when you be in the club, like, the worst thing is when a girl be all over you at the club, and bring her friends in the section, everything. So you think and yourself, like, all right, at the end of the night, I'm gonna need what I got to accomplish. I'm gonna finish the job, and then it just 2:00, 2:30 comes around. Oh, my friend wants to go home, so I think we all just gonna go home. Go home. Go home.
How much money have you spent at this point in the night on the bottles and such?
I couldn't even tell you. Lost count after a couple months ago, truthfully. I blame Brian.
No, I'm free today. We ain't taking no smoke. Just kidding. I want all the smoke.
Is there a specific instance of this happening?
Oh, it's happened multiple times.
What was the most terrible?
Probably like she was like, all right, I'll come back, this, that, the third. And then she was like, I got to bring my friend there because she's going to, I got to go back to her house after. So I was like, all right, cool. You can just tell her she can sleep on the couch. Her friend, yeah, but
completely off brand.
Sleeping on couches.
Yes, literally. Her friend was just the whole time just blowing her phone up. And she's like, actually, I got to go. And I was like, oh, no. So I was trying to get her friend out, and then I guess she wasn't having that either. So she was like, I'm leaving too. So I was like, there ain't no way we just did all this and then you gonna leave. Like, it's a terrible occurrence.
Crazy.
So do y'all believe, as men who, pay for bottle service, have women in your section, is there some kind of intention? Like, you know how people will always say, oh, like, if my girl's up in somebody's section, like, something's not right with that. Do you stand on that? Do you believe that?
Not necessarily, though, because it could be either way. You feel me? Not all girls are going to be down for, everything that you think is going to go down. Like, sometimes it could just be a really chill, calm night. Like, we all just chilling. So I think it could go both ways, for sure.
I was going to say.
You don't mean that.
You don't mean that.
You just lied to y'all right there.
That's cap.
4K, just got a line.
I'm a woman. Like, I get being there for just the vibes. I feel like if anything on her part, she's a bad friend, because if my friend wanted to go home, in no world is my friend sleeping on the couch while I'm going to do whatever. Like, we either leave together or I'm doing my thing, she's doing her thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad communication on their part.
I understand that, but like, her friend didn't say nothing that from when I took them there or anything. If you were going to justify that
early, right?
Justify that early. Don't justify that 30 minutes into and then you're downstairs on the couch and you don't realize you don't want to sleep on the couch.
When you were sucking down tequila shots 2 hours prior, it's like,
he said you
didn't really think about that.
He don't understand that.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Me. I'll go next. So I think that one of my worst experience was I actually invited a girl to the club, and she had a little too much to drink, and it's like, hold your liquor at least. If I invite you out, right, we just met each other and, you know, we don't really like got the solidified vibe between us two yet. I feel like you should be able to hold your liquor, but like throwing up in a cup in a section or like
that's nasty work. That's
falling
nasty
in
work.
a slipping and falling in a club or like
on the throw up or just in general?
Honestly, both. On a throw up, on a tequila, on, you know, whatever, on the club floor.
On the couches?
On the couches, yeah.
On the couches
that's
is crazy because we stand on them. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like, you know, that was like probably one of my worst experiences. And then it's like, now I got to get you home safe outside of whatever's going through my head. We're respectful gentlemen, so we're going to make sure that you get to the residence safe. But after that, you should probably block me. Actually, no, you don't even need to block me because you're probably already blocked.
So you block.
So, oh yeah, I block for sure.
You block.
Played yourself.
Yeah, women are crazy, especially like we call them club rats.
All right, so define club rat for someone who's not familiar.
Y'all want me to describe it or somebody else gonna take it?
I'm familiar, but please, someone else.
You know what? Let me take
I'll take control of the situation.
Let me take it. I want to hear this.
Club rat bottle girl basically just, anytime they see a lit section in the club, they just like, I gotta jump to that. Like, I don't care who it is. I don't care what they look like. I don't care. As long as there's bottles coming out and there's free alcohol, I'm gonna drink that liquor. I'm gonna find a way to get in that section. And then they just don't stay there. They hop around like rabbits.
You got PTSD.
Same thing. They all. So as soon as they see, you may not get a bottle in a little bit. They see another sign come out. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom with my friend. Damn. The bathroom with your friend.
He's
PTSD.
Have y'all ever fallen for a club rat?
Right to another bottle.
Yeah, like have you ever been involved with a club rat?
I mean, like, what are you talking about? Like in a relationship?
Like,
or just like talking?
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
They come and go.
That's a yes.
That's definitely a yes.
Definitely not a yes.
Try to get super
They
specific.
come and go. They come and go.
So wait, after this whole intoxicated night that she had where she was slipping and sliding on some throw up, did you talk to her ever? Did you see her again? Because Philly is a very small city.
Yeah, I seen her, but I feel like whenever you sober up and you really think about, well, if you can remember, you think about the night before and you kind of get that like secondhand embarrassment on how you acted before.
Anxiety. I'm very familiar.
Anxiety, exactly. You kind of just like understand the situation and just leave it alone. And that's one thing I kind of respect about, girls that do that. Because if like you understand the vibe that there probably shouldn't be a conversation anymore. Just based off of how you carried yourself, I think that's how.
Maybe like a sweet little hello, how you doing? But besides that, there should be no other conversation after that. Yeah, you do
nothing.
That.
You don't ever address it at all.
Nah. I mean,
certain things you gotta just keep it pushing in the club.
I mean, that's fair.
I feel like that situation, you just gotta keep it pushing.
Especially in the nightlife. Like,
fair.
think about how many people that we just run into on a weekly basis. It's like, I mean. It is what it is.
Okay, now Luke, let's hear your story.
I think it's the stereotypical, just how we're saying club rat, like chilling with the John all night, and then you think go home with her, and she just there for the liquor. Like you're just like, damn, 2:30 roll around.
It'd be
All
later
of a
than
sudden she went to the
2:30
bathroom with her
nowadays.
friends. The
Yeah,
Uber
it'd be
pull
like
up, she
3:45.
gone.
It'd be later than 3:45.
Number she don't text back.
And she hits you in the morning like, oh, I had a great night.
All right.
Like, damn.
You know, it'd be funny. I fell asleep.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we really do be asleep.
Yeah,
though.
you fell asleep.
Sometimes we do.
I didn't.
Sometimes we do.
That's cat.
I did it.
You vouching for them? That's cat.
What do you mean? I'm sleepy. As women, we're hormonal. We only get like 2 days when
gonna
we're
stick up for
normal.
him?
You gonna stick
What?
up for
You
him?
gonna stick up for
For
him?
the club rats?
I mean, I was the club rat at one point.
Okay.
All right, so intervention.
Listen, I'm gonna be transparent.
You a veteran.
First of all, not too much.
retired.
Exactly. I'm in retirement because let's be real.
You're retired
How
in
often do you
Jersey.
see me outside? Once
Nah,
in a
not
blue
a
moon.
lot anymore.
Once in a
Yeah,
blue
retired
moon.
a lot anymore.
Exactly. because I know myself. I grew up in New York. I was in the club when I had no business being in the club. I was in the sections when I had no business being in the section. I learned my lesson. I've seen what has happened in the past to friends of mine and to myself. And I have taken myself out of the equation because this city is too damn small.
Yes.
You're going to get caught up real quick.
Yeah,
it's one thing, bopping around in New York, but it's another thing being in Philly. You look up, it's like 5 of the people that you see the most frequently on a daily basis.
And you're a smart individual because there's people that we've encountered 3-4 years ago that are kind of still, got the same, still acting the same, and still you realize that you weren't supposed to be there and, took yourself out of the situation. They aren't supposed to be there and they still come back.
A lot of people ain't realize that.
Well, it also all depends on what you're trying to get out of the night. You know what I mean? Like there's some people who are going there, they genuinely want to be a little mixy. They want to have a good time. They want to have funny stories to tell their friends, or you don't really care. You know what I mean? You're not in a place where you're looking for anything seriously. I just think that the hookup to party pipeline or the party to hook up pipeline is something that's very prevalent, and it's not understood by a lot of people until you realize what it is that you want. And so when I was in the club and I was just like meeting a bunch of people, if you're a girl and drinks are provided and you're in the sections with men, we all know what it means. You know what I mean? Right. Like we could play coy. Absolutely. You know what it means. It's kind of like a little transaction that happens in society. There's a certain expectation at the end of the night.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? No, but it is. It's a very transactional exchange, and I think
consensual exchange.
There's a lot of sexual undertones that come with it. But I feel like also maybe me working in nightlife for a little while now, when you're around a bunch of drunk people and you see how those exchanges go down, it just is a little bit of a turn off.
Yeah. And I don't want to necessarily just put it on women being club rats, because like you just said, like I don't want to say guys do that shit for women, but guys do that shit for women. Let's be honest. Like when you in the club and you buying bottles and you got a sign and you want to look lit, like bro, that's
it. Literally says "pick me" on it.
Yeah, literally. It's like that's a testosterone test. You feel me? And it's like if you can't be mad if the girl passes the test and she's like, oh, I got a bottle sign with 1942 saying I'm horny tonight.
Right. I mean,
might as well say that.
That was one time.
And then a bunch of girls, run into the section, or the randoms that didn't even say nothing to you when you walked in, are now trying to run over and crowd the section. Is like, you got what you wanted. So like, it goes both ways. We're not just necessarily. We're speaking from experience.
Everything is relative.
Everything is relative.
Exactly. Everything is from a situation that happened.
Exactly.
All right, Lucas, your turn.
So it'll probably be the same thing as if like a clingy John is the worst thing.
You start getting
clingy John be the worst thing. And the worst thing is like when you're the DJ is if they're chilling with you at the DJ booth is when they try to take over your job. Like, play this song.
She tried DJ?
Do this song.
Wait, question. How far into talking are y'all at that point where you know,
it could go either way. There's times where it's just a John that I just met that night, or it could be a John.
Just like, play Sexy Red.
the chances are though, I will play Ski. You know the vibes. But,
I do love that song.
I mean, it just depends, because honestly, it just goes like on the vibe of the night. Like if I'm fucking with you, we're having a good time, you make a good song request, and I think it's gonna work for the club, I'll play it. We'll enjoy it. But if you're just like on my neck while I'm trying to work, that's kind of crazy. Like, you feel me? So
yeah, Luca don't like that. Luca don't like that. We always hear it firsthand.
Like, stop doing that, please.
She keep telling me to play this song. It's like, bro.
Has anyone ever messed up a set? Anyone that you were talking to?
Nah.
Or you're like, I'm the captain now.
Nah,
like,
I don't let it get that bad. Like there's always a certain limit. There's always a certain limit. Like, you know what song, like as a DJ, you'll know what song will bring a good vibe in there. You know what song will just kill the whole vibe. So if there's ever a time where they try to make a request where it's gonna kill the whole vibe, I'm like, yeah, you probably chalk.
Unless he really love you. Or really fuck with you. If he really fuck with you,
strikes. You got 3 strikes.
If he really fuck with you, you might get that song.
You might get that song. You might get it. Nah.
Wait.
You still not gonna get the song though. Don't let him catch you. You still not gonna get the song.
You gonna get that song.
So question, have you ever changed a song mid-set because you saw somebody that you were talking to was vibing a little too hard with somebody else?
Oh, absolutely. That goes down.
What was the transition? Paint the picture.
Let me think.
If you
The whole
remember.
playlist.
Let me
Fucking
think.
the club up for everybody else.
That's selfish.
That's selfish. That's selfish right there. That's
I
selfish
think
right
I was going from, what did I go from? I went from one Jersey Club song to Ice Spice Deli. Cause
That's my favorite song. You know I'm talking about
I'm
me.
like-
but
I'm
that's
like,
my
she-
I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm usually the one that's like, yo, play Deli, bro. That shit tough.
You don't think she could get down to Delhi?
oh, she definitely getting down to Deli. I went from another
Turkey,
Jersey
cheese,
Club
all
song
that.
and then transitioned to Deli.
To fuck up
Yeah.
her like hip shaking.
Oh no, I thought you were saying.
No, I meant like to fuck up somebody vibing with somebody else.
Oh,
you know what
nah,
I'm
I
saying?
don't
If there's
do that.
somebody,
Nah,
no, never?
Nah, never.
I would.
Never.
Cabbage.
Said I would.
I would never. I fuck with the vibe in the club. Like as a DJ, you just feel the energy. Like it's crazy. So once it goes down and you do something and you know you messed up on it, you just feel like shit because you got to just pick it up from there. And that's sometimes it could be really hard to do that. So nah, definitely didn't do that. So,
Understandably so. You mentioned clingy women that you
Right.
deal with. Have y'all ever had like a little stalkerish incidents? You know, people popping up to the events that you post on your stories. Because
Yes,
the one thing about
yes,
y'all is like
Unfortunately,
I'm
I
a,
was
waiting
yes.
for you to say that.
I'm
I
a
was
bartender,
waiting for you to
right? And
say
I
that.
never post on my story because I have had a few stalkers. And if you're watching this, leave me alone. Don't kill me. Like I have a file. I have
some
random men that pop up at the bar and then they stare at me across the street when I go to work, and it's very scary.
That's very creepy. That's very creepy.
My
That sounds
engineer's looking at me
specific,
like, yo.
That sounds specific, yo.
No,
I'm doing
it is
that.
a little specific. I don't want you. Please leave me alone.
Damn, right
But-
at him. Right at him.
But I never post on my story where I work out of
right.
fear of people that I don't want popping up. And y'all do that like all the time. So it wouldn't be shocking if someone
I
that
hope
you
you're not
did-
talking about us. I'm sorry.
it would be shocking if someone didn't pop up on you. Has that ever happened?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Nah, definitely. But what I would like to say is, it's a business for us now. So like, we got to look at it as like, everyone is supporting our business. You feel me? Like if it's a situation where it really got weird, like with a situation with somebody, then it's kind of understandable. But we welcome everybody. You feel me? Like no matter what happened, no matter how you feel about the person, it's like if it really is that bad, you stay over there, we stay over here. But we appreciate you coming to our event, type of deal. I don't know if anybody wants to elaborate on
Nah,
any personal
definitely.
situation.
No.
But
Definitely,
was
I
just
agree
speaking on
with
that.
you.
That's
Like,
Oh, that what happened to the energy?
Because everybody got really real wholesome real quick. I wasn't ready.
I had to. I'm sorry,
Ready to
but
spoil the
good.
vibe.
down folding.
I wasn't ready to spoil the vibe. That's all.
But I just wanted to get that out ahead of time, so now that we could really get into the talk your shit.
Okay. So let's talk about nightlife and nightlife specifically in Philly. Even though I know y'all be out in Jersey, you're going to Detroit. There's a lot of things that are coming up, a lot of other cities
tuned.
that will see SOC. But like, let's talk about the vibe of nightlife in Philly. It's very culty. I feel like everyone knows everyone. And so how do you navigate that from a dating perspective? Like, do y'all find it hard to be in something a bit more serious? Dating in nightlife, having kind of like the street cred of everyone be known.
Street cred.
The
That's
street
tough.
cred.
Street cred. I got
It is
street
true
cred.
though. I could
That's
look at a
tough.
person, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know this person. They like to go here on Saturdays. They like this. I always
Okay.
see them with this
That's
group
fair.
of people.
Absolutely.
Social media.
You know what I
Philly's
mean?
such a
That's
small
fair.
market, so
Yeah.
once you like you said, once doing this for a while, like we have been, it's just I feel like you see the same people out, it's the same group. Like these people are here on Fridays, these people are here Saturdays, these people are here even Thursdays. Like you just know that group.
Or Mondays or Tuesdays. Sometimes even Wednesday.
It'd be crazy.
Definitely
yo.
Thursdays.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you just start to realize too the cliques that go to certain events, certain areas at certain days. So once we realize that, I think too, that's when we start to capitalize on a lot of stuff too, like having events, having people out, like and being more known in the city like that. Like you said, it's such a small market city. It's not like L.A., Miami, New York. Like once you establish yourself a little bit, you're going to be heard from. So, like you said,
but
just different
to
days.
answer the question that she was asking though, like, yeah, it do be tough. Like, it do be tough because I mean I felt that, but it do be tough though because like if you outside like all the time, like the perspective is just drawn on you is that you're a club rat. Like they not trying to
we're talking about women, but like when I did first see y'all on Instagram, I mean like the context that I met y'all in was very different. Right. But like when I met y'all and I like knew who the friend group was, I was like, oh, these motherfuckers some club rats.
I be getting blamed the worst.
If you're paying for it.
I be getting blamed the worst.
And no.
Club rats don't pay. Rats are scavengers.
It was a group thing.
Rats are scavengers. Remember that.
But see, I feel like you're there. You're going out too, so we're in the same situation.
Hey, that's why I stuck up for the club rats. Right. Don't get me wrong. But I guess my main question was, do y'all find it hard to be in monogamous relationships, having the insight of, being in a club atmosphere, being around a lot of people that are mainly there to hook up? Like, how has that shaped your perspective on being serious with somebody, if that's even something that you want?
Nah, it's definitely 100% like tough to do because like if you out and you're working, like especially for me, I mean, like since I'm the DJ, so it'd be like I gotta focus. Yeah, that's also another thing too. Is that like they want to be in the mix, they want to be in the DJ booth, they want to hang out with the DJ. It's cool, it's fun, but at the same time,
thank you for reminding me.
No problem. I was the one everybody thought was gonna slip up.
Y'all are wild.
Yeah, women.
I was the one everybody thought they was gonna slip up.
At least you didn't say females, because I feel like females is like undercover bitch. So you might as well say
it's like a group with
women.
No, I'm talking about when men say females. Though.
Back to track though. It's 100% tough to do because there's certain situations where you're in the club and you don't want to be all over whoever you're talking to. You're trying to do your job. They not gonna understand that at a certain point because that liquor hit their system. It's 1:30. They trying to grind on you. They trying to do whatever they want to do.
sign coming out saying who horny in this bitch.
Yeah, and I get a bottle sign that say some wild shit, and then I'm getting yelled at right after. Like,
but also think like too, like
it do be
you're
like
the
that,
DJ.
though.
Like it's easier. I shouldn't say easier for
wants
you.
that.
I do want it.
I know,
and I like it.
No, but I'm talking about more specifically like the late hours, the ambiance,
yeah. See, like that's
the substances. Because let's be real, you're out and it's your job, but you're also shotgunning fucking White Claws and doing multiple shots of. I don't know. What do y'all drink now? You drink like Statesides, High Noons, whatever the fuck it is. Surfsides, exactly. I've definitely seen you drink a White Claw before. Get the fuck out of here.
I drank too many White Claws in 2018. Get
the fuck out of here.
I just think it's easier for him when you have to explain to someone, like a female at first, like what me and Luke and Renee would do. Like it's like, oh, you're just going to the club to do this and that. Like Brian's like, oh, I DJ, so it's kind of like it's a thing when you have to tell a female like, yeah, we're doing this at a club. Anyone's gonna go, oh, y'all guys are just doing this for female interaction, everything like that. But it's like once you dig deeper into the situation of what we do and everything like that, it's like, oh, like you're really not there just to do all that. Like, there's more of a business side to it than just going out there and
absolutely, bro,
just looking to do or hook up with anybody like that.
Well, it's also very different because the party promotion experience that I've had coming from New York, like I used to go to the club at 14 with like 35, 40.
Is crazy.
No, with like 40.
I was watching John Cena pick up somebody. I was in study hall at 14. I was John Cena pick up somebody and slam him.
No, literally, I remember a man came up to me and he was like hitting on me. I was like, I need to go home. Like, I'm not even supposed to be here because the whole culture in New York is based around getting underage girls into the club.
Absolutely.
Like you
told your parents you were studying?
I told my parents I was sleeping at my friend Daphne's house. That's what I said.
Shout out Daphne.
Shout out Daphne. Daphne watching this. She was the real one. Yeah, and Daphne definitely said she was sleeping at mine. You know what I mean? That's how it went. But like,
you would just
it's a team effort.
Slip them a 20 and you would get in. So the party promotion aspect was more around like getting. Obviously, they want women there so that men spend money, but like getting underage girls because let's be real, a lot of men are creeps in that way. In Philly, it's a little bit different. So do you want to break down what exactly? It is very disgusting. And it's scary that I did that and I'm scared to have a child of my own.
That's a good and valid point though, because like as women, like you guys go out, you know, you guys want to have fun, but at the same time, if you're with the whole group of guys and you don't want to get with any of the guys, you just want to have fun, and you feel me? So like that's what we're about too. I don't want it to make it seem as if like we just hunting and shit like that. That's not that. We all want to have that standing on couches experience. So even if you're gonna get with someone, you know you're gonna get with someone.
We're grown up at that point, I feel like, as well. Like,
well, exactly. It's very different because also the culture in New York City, like for example, if you go to a club with a promoter, you're expected to stand at that table. Yeah. Like to stand at that table, not on the couch, like on the floor, stand around the table, and you're supposed to stay there. Like I remember there was one time I got cursed out and chased around the club by a man who looked like Danny DeVito. Because
wait, ain't that your quarterback?
Because
ain't that your quarterback? It's Danny DeVito. No, what's the Giants quarterback?
Timmy DeVito, something like that. Something like that.
Danny DeVito. It's always Tommy DeVito. But this 4'11" man was screaming at me and my friends because we left the section. We didn't understand at that time that we were there doing a job, basically. You know what I mean? Like we
14.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, at this time I was like 16 at this time. Correction.
All right, 2 years later. 2 years later.
Got me in by 11 p.m.
Let's be honest. I was 16 at
you would
this
still
point.
go to Daphne. You would still go to Daphne's at that point.
Oh, 100%.
You can't even drive by
100%.
yourself. You got to drive with a person in the car at that point.
I don't think I gotta be over 21.
Y'all are laughing about this shit.
Rated R movie.
You're so serious.
Look, no, but I'm from New York. I don't even have my permit right now. I don't want to get into it.
That's valid though.
I'm from Brooklyn. Don't y'all come for me. Anyway,
I'm from Queens. Don't get it twisted.
I say all that to say.
I'm from the suburbs. You're not letting me
Thank
you.
I say all that to say
Look at him
though.
over here.
Not from Queens.
It's very different working in party promotion in Philly because you're not there trying to like, you know, shove as many underage girls as possible into like a 5x5 little section. You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all doing for people who don't understand? Like, what does it mean to be a party promoter?
So what I think it mainly is, what standing on couches is we try to promote the club experience. We feel like club culture in the last few years, definitely after the pandemic set a lot of people back. I feel like we really like, in the club, people are just standing around, smoking hookah, just standing there, like, you know, listening to the DJ, whatever the case is.
Hookah.
Unless you go to even if you go to a popping club, and usually the most popping clubs, this is how it is, unfortunately. But like back to what I was saying, we try to emphasize the club experience, you know, like standing on couches is like, okay, you in the club, music's going crazy, you dancing on the couches, you standing, you going like, you know, you wilding out, you having a good time, enjoying yourself. Yeah. You're not just standing there like looking for girls or hunting or like
doing a lap,
doing a lap. And I feel like that's a crazy thing because you got certain people you got certain girls that'll like follow a guy for, oh yeah, you got bottles, or the club rats that we're talking about.
Right.
But I feel like to meet the like most genuine people in the nightlife, if you're just having a blast, somebody that likes to have a blast is gonna be like, this motherfucker's having a blast. I'm gonna go over here and dance with him, or I'm gonna go over here and talk with her, or I'm gonna go over here and do whatever with who. So I feel like our main thing is like we try to bring that club experience back to Philly. I mean, obviously we're traveling, but you know, Philly and specifically, I feel like, you know, the club culture is lost in the sauce, and that's why that's another reason. That's what really kind of motivated us to start doing this, is because like we're trying to bring that club culture back. You know, a few years ago, you go to the club and everyone's dancing, like everyone's dancing.
You've seen that?
Sweating.
You've seen that online. Everyone's talking about how the club culture right now is in its flop era. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think Cardi B. I think Cardi B.
It's ego. It's social media.
I feel like it's a mixture of things though, because like there aren't that many jobs right now, so not a lot of people
are employed. No, for real.
A lot of people are unemployed. They don't want to go out and spend money.
That pandemic had y'all thought y'all was good for real.
Y'all was getting that Biden bust and thought y'all was good.
They over there cashing that stimulus check.
But it's not even just about VIP. It's about going out too. Just
in general,
because you don't always gotta be out in the section.
You seen the price of DiGiorno these days? It's like $13.
No,
for real.
And it's crazy.
I make my own pizza. God bless.
Yo, don't get that man
$16 at
trash ass
McDonald's.
pizza, yo.
Lunchable only 4 B's. Get the pizza joint. Yo, crazy.
And it's crazy.
Wawa got pizza. Fuck you talking
Bro,
about?
and it's crazy because Cardi B actually put out a tweet. I think it was like a year and a half ago, and she was like, "I'm gonna start going to gay clubs because in the regular clubs, or your popping clubs or whatever you want to call it, everybody." She said something specific like, "Everybody just want a bottle sign, smoking weed, smell like baccarat, standing around." And I was like, "Yo, like you actually got like a mogul, like actually commenting on." Nightlife in general. It's not just Philly. It's nightlife, and I'm sure she's traveled everywhere. I'm sure
that's
she's
someone
been to
that
clubs.
gets everything for free, the best of the best,
Right.
hospitality at the
or willing to pay whatever, willing to pay whatever
top dollar
for it. It's like it's crazy, and that's
people.
That's the standing on couches difference. That's what we like to say.
People really just forgot like how it is to like just actually just have fun,
have a good time.
Yeah, like go outside, have fun. Like Friday, you just got out of work. You hate your boss. You hate your coworker. Da 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 da.
You just got paid.
You just want to shake your hips a little bit.
You just got paid. You trying to go outside. Saturdays are always Saturdays. Saturdays are always going to be the biggest night because
you off Sunday.
You're off. You feel me? So like you're gonna go crazy. But Fridays,
shout out my nurses.
You know where to go. Fridays we at Roar every single Friday. We standing on some couches. So please.
And I want to comment on something too. I feel like a lot of old heads in the industry. I'm just going to say our industry, but I mean Philly industry, but any industry, they kind of like look at us on the side because club culture has been this way for so long. And I feel like the younger, talent. 22, 23, 24, 25, they fuck with us because of what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring back that, let's just say you probably just got out of college a few years ago. College is lit, bro.
And
college
also,
ain't nobody smoking
smoking
hookah, smelling like baccarat. Everybody's dancing, going crazy.
But also, we had the pandemic, and they had a couple years taken from their lives. So especially coming out and then being in an atmosphere like that,
exactly. And then also being new to the nightlife, you don't really know. Like I'm going back to say what I was saying about college. You were going crazy in college, right? And then you go to the club, whereas actual, let's just say a big club. Name brand club. I'm gonna call it a name brand club. I don't even know what that means, but and then you get in there and you're like, damn,
cereals.
this is the club. This is how it is. Like the frat party 2 years ago was like crazy. So it's like it just gets real weird, and I feel like that's like people young. Like I said, the younger people starting to like fuck with us and actually do fuck with us genuinely because we emphasize that good time. Take a shot. Have a drink, dance, mingle. Don't just be sitting there with a mug on your face, like
like you're in an 8th grade dance, waiting for someone to pick you.
like for example, Brian DJ'd his brother's birthday last week, and they're all from Rowan. They're all in a frat.
Shout out to Rowan University. Y'all came through. That was a lot of fun.
Like Brian,
was so much fun.
Brian played the songs that like they would want to hear like in a frat basement party, like something like that, situation like that, and they were all lit, having a good time, like something like that. Like you gotta read the crowd and understand what you're doing at that point. Like
I love shit like that, man, because not every single night that you're out in the club is gonna be the same exact night. Because if you're going out and you're hearing the same music, you're just doing the same shit all the time. So like I try to give different flavors. Like
I like hearing trap.
You like your trap.
Sometimes,
of course,
I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that all the time.
You like your trap, but there's certain EDM. There's other shit you could play. Like you feel me? Like music is crazy because it's crazy because you could have a shitty day at work. And you're talking about, oh, I hate this, da 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 da. You come out to the club and I could change your life just because I was just playing music.
That's DJ Luca. Look at the DJ. Best ever get it twisted.
You changing people's lives?
Well,
I'm trying to change people's lives. You
like Beethoven or something?
Well, going back to what Dom said about reading the room, right? There's different types of personalities that you will always see in the club. Club rats are one of them. We've already established that there's no gender limitations when it comes to being a club rat. But let's talk about the other type of characters that you'll see in nightlife. Like, what kind of people do you often encounter?
Oh, I love this one. This is a good one. I love this wanted to go first. You see what I posted?
Bunny.
When on.
His eyes lit up.
Bad Bunny.
Oh my God, the Play Bad Bunny requests be crazy. But I'm not even talking
do
about
love
that.
Bad
I wanted to
Bunny.
hop on some other shit. I was talking about the one person that come out to your table and always say, "Yo, I fuck with you, bro. I'm a cash app you 50s, bro." And they don't send you nothing, bro.
Bro, it's like it'll be
Talk
more
about
genuine
it.
if
Oh
you said
my
like, "Yo, bro,
God.
like." I mean, obviously nobody's gonna say I'm fucked up, but just be like, "Yo, bro, like." This ain't the weekend. I just wanted to come have fun. I think that would be more respectful than you be like, yo,
Just
I'm a
say
cash
you
app
don't
you.
got it. If
At
you
least
don't
post,
got it,
at
you
least
don't
tag
got it.
standing on couches on Instagram.
Tag us in the
Tag
video.
standing on couches if you gonna do all
Damn,
that.
bro.
We actually run into that a lot, like a good amount. And another thing I want to say was with people coming out with us and like I said, we want to give that good experience, whatever. People from all walks of life go out. So you got accountants, you got drug dealers, you got fashion designers, you got teachers, you got students,
doctors,
you got all types of
lawyers.
people. So like it can go both ways. You can meet.
You sounds like you know a lawyer that can.
I definitely do. Y'all let me know if you need her.
It goes both ways. Like there's actually a very like good networking side to the the nightlife atmosphere. And then you run into like how Luca kind of elaborated on the first time, like the people that are just there, that are just trying to. I mean, I don't know if people want to talk about it, but people that just want to drink
out of it.
People that just want to drink to get their problems away or whatever the situation is. It's like, bro, if you don't got it, this is a message to anybody that needs to hear this. If you don't got it, don't do it because it's like
Real rap.
you kind of putting that on somebody else, and it's not really going to help yourself. That was a mental health tip, my mental health tip for this podcast right here. We had to throw something a little positive in there, and I love how she had us, talk about the different people that we encounter because we meet people at the top, but we also run into people that are like, not really feeling the best or whatever their situation
is. Fine. Come outside, have some fun.
Absolutely.
Just be generous. Just be generous and be honest about what you got going on. We understand that, bro. We've all been in that certain position.
Been down there.
But that was to answer your question. I just thought I had to get that off my chest. I'm talking my shit.
So there's the people who don't got it.
The people don't got it that
there's
just
the
want to
club
mooch.
rats. And for the people that who don't got it, like obviously, like you said, we've all been there. But I feel like as a society right now,
if you don't got it, just don't go outside.
The one thing is too, though, the majority of people who be outside all the time don't got it. You know what I mean? A lot of the celebrities that we see that are in the Benz and are out popping bottles for like $12K a night.
What they say? I pull up to the club, VIP, gas tank on all drinks on me. That was one of the worst.
No, but for real,
for the culture.
I feel like right now in our culture, there's a lot of people who are living off of like the bare minimum in order to try and make it seem like they're someone that they're not. Exactly. And so I think that's a great thing about SOC is y'all are there to create an authentic moment. You know what I mean? An authentic experience. And if you don't got it, like it's okay. If you're the homie, you're the homie, but like be transparent.
Absolutely. And we're still here for that. Just because you don't got it doesn't mean you can't come out and enjoy yourself. But
just tag us on IG.
Know what it is when you're being a mooch. That's just do not be a mooch. Just hold your own.
Just provide something, like especially if you know us. Like
just keep it.
We welcome everybody. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not trying to. We're not trying to make it seem like you need to have money to party with us. It's
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just provide something.
Well, also, what does standing on couches do for people in terms of party promotion? Like I said, like the party promoters in New York, they would just get us in the door. We'd have a section and all that. Like, are y'all providing people with sections for people who don't know? Like, are they drinking for free? Because that's the one thing about Philly party promotion culture that I don't really understand. I'm like, how do y'all like profit off of it? Do you have a deal with the clubs? A certain amount of people that you bring in equals X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, is that how it works?
Yeah, you basically, in what we do is basically we help to market the club basically and get people into the door, and by doing that, people know when they want to go there, they hit us up, whether they want VIP, whether it's open bar,
or if they want to party with us.
Event coordination, really in general, whether they want to party with us, see what's going on, what the weekend rundown is. But there's different ways. Everything's kind of situational when it comes to getting paid, and certain situations, what kind of leverage we have.
Because some people would just pay us to post, Like they don't even got to be in the club, right?
Oh, so y'all are influencers.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And then we offer, a
extent.
situation where if you do want a section to come at probably almost any club in the city, we can, help you out. If you did want to get, some kind of ticket or some kind of general admission anywhere in the club a club in the city, we can help you out. And then we got situations where if we want you to come party with us, it's not necessarily like, oh, you got to go, you have to buy a section, or you like, if you're going to do that. But come party. If we know you hit us up and it's, genuine and we kind of, see a good situation, we'll be like, yo, come party with us. It ain't no problem. It ain't no problem. We got photographers, videographers. It all looks good for content. So
even if you don't know us and you're looking for a good time, standing on couches, we'll give you the rundown every weekend.
And let's talk a little bit about club etiquette. So there's obviously like basic club etiquette that we can talk about as just patrons, people who are coming to your events. But I also want to get into like, what are the expectations you have out of someone who you're dating that comes to one of your events? What kind of etiquette do you expect or would you like them to display?
Let's give Dom this one.
All right, so just throwing it out there, I am the scapegoat.
If it wasn't clear.
I am the scapegoat. So, I mean,
club etiquette. How do you
So it's
how
like
do you
if
want to
she hugs the bouncer, like that's a no.
No.
Like, like how do you feel about that?
Tough. She tough.
No,
That's
anything
cool.
like that is
say hi. That could be
nothing
your
like
friend.
that to a certain extent, because like you, I don't know, like if you knew him before or anything like that, but that's nothing serious like that. But if you're out here like in the middle of the section, doing a little too much extra, what you should be doing if you're doing a little too much extra.
But for the people who don't, who don't know, what would that look like?
What do you mean by that? A little too much extra.
Paint the picture.
I'm had to get this one to look good. I'm had to get this one to ride. I'm had to.
What's club? All right, first, I'll say that my club etiquette for a girl, is she there with me or is she just there in general?
That's your girl.
Oh, that's my girl.
So
That's like fake your girl. You know what I mean?
like-
Like that's not your girl, but that's your girl.
All right.
Oh wait, actually,
It's my one joint. It's
Yeah.
my one joint.
Just respect me at like I'll respect you at a certain point. Like if I
At a
know,
certain point.
I'm like, what is that point? What is that point? Like, wait, hold up. No, we're not gonna skip past that one. You respect her at a certain
you
point.
meant that.
On behalf of all women.
I did because
Spoken like a true nigga. Like,
I meant that.
Yeah, I did.
I'm
gonna double down.
I'm gonna respect you, but if you cross that boundary at that certain point, I'm not gonna respect you anymore. If I
He gonna respect you. He's just gonna leave you alone.
yeah,
He ain't gonna disrespect.
Yeah, I'm gonna disrespect.
He ain't gonna disrespect.
And
you.
all the
Yeah.
words don't come back to the couch.
Yeah, yes. Like if you, I feel like we're all grown. We should know if you're out there, if we're together, and you're not.
She was 14 in the club, so she was not grown.
Maybe the owner, everything like that. But if you're in like random people, 5 people, dudes came up to you and yo, what's up? You're at a general mission.
Yeah, that's
like,
nasty
yo,
work.
What's up? Then it's like, all right, they don't even got a section. Like, how you for GA? That's even worse.
So you judge a girl based off of if she's hugging a nigga in
not that.
No, what are you trying to say? I got you, my boy. I'm gonna toss you with the alley right now. I'm gonna toss shit.
I'm just saying.
Quick.
Going throughout the whole night, like every GA section, people, hey, what's up? Like hugging her, this, that, the third. Like it's like, all right,
Just don't make me feel uncomfortable.
Don't make me feel uncomfortable out here.
Just don't make me feel uncomfortable.
I'll let you
Just say
know
your name
who
10
I know
times
and
to these
everything
random
like that.
boys.
Yo, just at
don't
her.
be-
Just at her. Like,
No,
don't.
No.
I'm like, please no, don't sue
No,
me.
it just has
that
to come to a
messy.
certain respect, and there just has to be a boundary. I feel like at some point, like if you like, and no, I'm not counting, but at the end of the night, if you said what's up to 10+ dudes at the club, it's like, all right, like it's a little too much at that point. I think.
Personally, if
he
a
was
girl,
copping, he be counting though.
personally, if a girl walked up to 10 guys in the club, I'm gonna feel away, but I'm gonna try and understand first. Like I'm gonna be like,
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna say how you know them
first, but
Like
like
usually we should be on the same page. Like if I give you that look, and then you kind of give me the
Yes, but also
It's
too,
like, damn,
being
like-
in Philly, like nightlife, like you said, it's not the biggest industry. So like, if you know who she's staying up to and you know who she be around and everything like that,
Right,
like, you
exactly.
can judge it off that too. Then it's like, all right, well, like I'm around too. Like I know the situation. Like I may have to
Right.
definitely.
Because majority
Definitely was.
You had to get back to GA. I'm
we
had to
know
go
who
back to
she's
the
saying
couch.
hi to. We know who she's saying hi to.
Exactly.
We know her whole friend crew. Like Philly is so much smaller than
Small,
other
yeah.
cities. You feel me? So like, but to answer that question, like, I don't know. That just be a tricky situation. As long as you don't make me feel uncomfortable, we're chilling. Like, you know, like
Respect's the
we're
biggest
all
thing in the
entertainers at the end of the
situation,
day. We're all trying to do our jobs. Like, if you got some friends, some people that you know, say what's up to them. You outside, feel good.
100%.
But once you start doing that weird shit,
But like,
nah,
but
you
like
good.
Nate said too, like once you start going, how do you know them? And it starts going, like that, then it starts to turn
That's
into
red flag. Red flag.
yeah,
Red flag.
that's a 15.
We got
penalty
you.
right there. Like you
Sex
can't-
times.
can't be doing
I mean,
that.
I feel like it's best to come out and just be honest about
exactly.
that because it's going to
If
come
you're
out.
honest about okay, but if you're not, then it's like, all right, well, like
Especially if you like in a nightlife,
that's a
because
red
I
flag.
feel like, you know, a lot of the people that we run into, like I said, a lot of people. So she's probably been out. You've probably seen her out a good amount of times if you're making her if you're calling her your girl or whatever. I don't know how you structured the question at first, but you probably seen her out a good amount of times, and you probably got a good judgment of who she is before you know actually take these steps to
hopefully.
So,
bring her in the club and be like, oh, does she mind?
so speaking of, you meeting someone in the club, let's talk about leaving the club and not just for like the penetrative purposes. I'm talking about in terms of dating. Have y'all ever met someone, you were vibing with them in the club, and then you decide to go out on a date and it's like you set up a blind date for yourself? I know I've fallen victim to that because I've been a little too drunk. You meet someone in the club and it's a little different. Have you ever been on a date like that? Or do y'all like date? Like that's my question. Like what do you guys take women out on dates? Like how does that go?
I don't mix business with pleasure.
Oh, okay. But aside from do you date like the traditional definition of like dating,
like
like taking
going
her
on a
out,
date.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
getting her dinner, like
I mean,
Nine times out of 10 is
Maybe
not a
some
club.
flowers.
9 times out of 10 is not a
It's
girl
not
you meet in the club. Not saying that
Okay.
you can't meet genuine women in the
And
club.
I also
but
feel like too, like most of us have lives out besides like we're going to the club, but like that's more like a weekend thing. Like,
Yeah.
we all have lives out beside that, and like as friend wise, like our parents all raised us respectfully. Like it's not like just because they go to the club, like they're disrespectful people. Like
I mean, we could say
absolutely
the same thing about you.
That's
I could look at your group and be like, oh, these some
That's a
hoes.
good point. That's
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
once you get to know us, then you
It's not
understand.
like that.
Exactly.
Like,
Judge a book by
I'm
its
like,
cover.
oh, they're hoes with hearts.
Right. Right.
I'm the Grinch. I got a heart. I got a heart.
Well, speaking of dates and taking women out on dates, have y'all seen that viral list online recently?
Yes.
You've seen the list?
Yes.
I
I have a lot.
There
to
was
say
a
about that
woman.
list. I have a lot to say about
No,
that
because
list.
there was a
You
woman.
ate 40 oysters?
for you.
No,
to
no,
ask this.
it isn't about the 48 oysters. That whole situation is crazy.
I don't even like
If y'all
oysters.
aren't
Can you
familiar, there was a
like
woman
oysters. Nah,
who
that's
I
kinda-
honestly
that's
think
kinda crazy.
I think that whole situation was fake. If we're being honest,
Yeah, because I'm
it
not
seems-
watching anybody do it past 10. After 10
Yeah.
minutes, I'm leaving.
What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about?
We're trying to get horny. You know, what's your natural aphrodisiac?
Those are aphrodisiac.
We're trying to get horny.
Those are.
Right now.
That's like the
48
fucking
is-
gaslighting.
I was at work with
Like,
I must have been at work when the internet put
So,
this on. because
the 48 oysters situation was a very controversial topic on Black Twitter, on TikTok, and basically a woman had gone on a date with a man and she had ordered a couple lemon drops, which like I spoke about this briefly on social media. Lemon drops at my job, especially Casamigos lemon drops, are like $40 drinks because it's 4 ounces.
$40?
No, for real. It's 4 ounces of
bottle.
liquor. 4 ounces of liquor and like a shot of Casamigos, especially if it's Reposado or Anejo, is like $20 standard.
Give me 5 and put it on Lucas tab.
This girl basically did that, except for she got 48 oysters, which I don't even know how much that was. 2 lemon drops. Her date got like probably like a rum and coke or something very basic.
So
and
he
he
over there
walked out on
watching
the
her.
bill. He walked out on the bill and he walked out on her on the date. And there was all this controversy talking about like 48 oysters. Like, damn, little lady, you can put it away. Like the white chicks or white girls. White girls sound.
Chill, Sandy.
Which my stance on that has always been like, it's not the oysters or the amount that you consume that's the problem. Like for me personally,
That's definitely the problem.
well,
Don't let her cap. That's the problem.
for me, I mean, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat seafood, so I don't know how satiating oysters can be. Maybe you need 48. Y'all can answer that question. But
After 10, that's crazy.
After one order, it's like, bro, I'd rather you order something else. Order your entree. Order your entree, bro.
Once you hit 10, that's his fault. 10, I'm scratching my neck, you know?
38 more?
wait, question.
She's like, Drewski, give me 2 more. Give me 2 more.
Would you rather her order 48 oysters or 14 shots?
14 shots.
14 shots, because we going to get lit and we going to have fun.
Damn. I don't know. I'm kind of torn for real.
Oysters?
48. If I watch the show and gobble down 48 oysters, I need to get up out of here.
14 shots is probably going to be how we started off the episode of me saying my worst experience is when a girl
was slipping and sliding and throw up.
Slipping and sliding and throw up.
She ain't throwing up oysters. If she ate 48 of them,
She's just going to be full and I'm chopping her off.
She's going to eat 48 of them Jones and then you got to smell her breath and then kiss her? Yeah, nah. Come on.
Take them lemon drops.
What if she got the little Listerine pack?
I don't care about that. 48? Anybody eating 48 oysters does not have
48 is crazy.
All right.
Bro.
So we established with the first internet controversy that 48 oysters is all too much for y'all.
That's
For me
nasty
personally, I thought it was the issue more so of her vlogging the entire date as opposed to putting away 48
That's
oysters.
how you know she knew she was going in there eating 48 oysters. She was ready
Yeah,
for
she
that.
had a plan.
She was doing
had
like a little
She was setting
mukbang.
him up. She was setting him up.
But aside from that, there was a list that went viral of places that women refuse to go out on dates. As a woman, this was a bit confusing because there was bowling and a sports event on the list. I like events. But
I think the internet and social media these days got that twisted because most of the days, if you're not going on the bat, if you're not spending $500 on a date or taking someone out to go to the mall and spend them $2,000, no one just knows nowadays just to have fun. You can go bowling with somebody and just have a genuine good time, and just eat and just talk and have fun. I don't need to do all that, but also too, I don't want to discriminate anybody, but if a female got to act like that, that's not me. You got that. If you just can't vibe and go to a simple
Not going
place
band
with
for band?
No, I'm just saying.
well, also that's not authentic. You know what I mean? Personally, for me, being the woman who's mostly, don't get me wrong. I've been with some bums. I've definitely been with some bums.
It's time. Everybody got to figure it out somewhere.
Y'all might know some of them, but
Damn.
after experiencing how nicely some men can treat you, there's such thing as too nice. There's such thing as too much money being spent. You know what I mean? Because it also comes down to what we talked about in the beginning of a relationship feeling transactional. And I don't want to feel like you're spending X amount of dollars because you are expecting to get the cookie at the end of the night.
And that's my question
know what
for
I mean?
you, real quick. If you feel like a guy is spending a certain amount of money that you're maybe y'all don't have the same intentions. If he's spending a certain amount of money, are you
you rocking with it?
I don't know.
You rocking with
I don't know if you should be doing all this for real. Because right when we leave, I'm probably going to look at my phone and you're going to see an Uber arrive and it's going to be time home. So would you say something, or are you just let me just go with the flow? No. Or if you could speak for other women that you do know, because
I can give an example, and I am still with this person to this day, and I know he's definitely gonna watch. I've started.
So it's called talking shit.
I've started dating this man. Me and him, we're cool, we're good, we're in a good spot. I really like him. He's wonderful. Our first date though, I was very kind of taken aback because we went to dinner. It was a great dinner. You know what I mean? He paid for everything, and then after it was a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. There was nothing else to do. Everything was closing very early, and he was like, "You want to go to the casino?" And I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's go to the casino.
I think it's sorry to cut you off. I think that's a great nightcap.
Great time. It's a great time.
So we go to the casino and he just keeps handing me 50s and 100s and 50s and 100s. And
what's his name?
That shit made me that shit made me so uncomfortable. I actually fucking hated it.
Why,
personally.
Can I ask you why?
Because to me, at a certain point, I'm all right, stop. That's enough. Stop.
Are you gambling?
Because I was gambling with it. Yeah.
Were you winning?
I was playing the fucking little slot.
Slots.
I don't do
He was playing the bubble
You know that one with the like the little lanterns and they like light up.
Nah,
There's like the purple and the green and the yellow.
You play the buffalo, you win your money.
No, but it made me super uncomfortable because in that moment, I mean, obviously after knowing him for a while, I understand that that's just him. That's what he likes to do.
Right.
But it felt as though he was trying to buy my affection. You know what I mean? And I've been on dates with niggas who they take me to the 5-star restaurant and they buy me a dozen roses and then they're mad when they can't fuck. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're not genuinely interested in getting to know me, then it's kind of like a turn off because I know why I'm there. I don't know why you're there. If you're just trying to like, you know, like be a little bit of like a trick, like I'm not interested in tricking. Like I'm here for a genuine connection. That may not be for everyone and that's fine. But like, you know, I've told the story to a few people and they're like, girl, like that shit is lit. And I'm like, no, bitch, that shit scared
that shit
me.
not
I'm
lit.
like, this is feeling
You're probably
like,
talking about a club rat.
like that shit
Let's be
fucking
honest. You're probably
scared
talking
me.
about a club
Fuck
rat.
out of here. But before we end this episode, I guess, what is some advice that you would give to someone who's a newcomer in Philly nightlife, specifically when it comes to, you know, fucking and dating? Like, what are some things to look out for? What are some red flags?
I feel like you can meet some very like outrageous people in the nightlife, and you can meet some very genuine people in the nightlife. And I feel like it's up to your judgment, personal judgment, to kind of, you know, read how this person is. It's like if you're carrying yourself trashy and you carrying yourself like this person that's just giving you 50s and 100s, you're probably going to attract the club rats, right? Yeah. And if you carry yourself respectfully, you know, if you doing the right things, I feel like you won't really have a problem at all in the nightlife because you have good judgment. You understand who you're encountering and you know how to just, you know,
Play it. You just gotta know how to play it.
It's not a play.
It's a play.
You know how to, you know, work certain situations. And I feel like personally, I had to give advice is stay on your P's and Q's. You know what you like. You know, stick to that and don't go out of it. No matter how much tequila, Henny, no matter what you drinking, stick to what you like, and you know that's the best, you know, judgment. You have to be in your best judgment.
Right. I think it's a very small city, so just be mindful of that. Just know everybody knows everybody, and
Everyone talks.
exactly. So keep that in mind.
You
when
get
you're
with
moving
one
around
person in the city, you might as well have fucked like all 20 of them.
Maybe not
crazy.
20.
Make sure y'all wrap y'all shit up.
Maybe
20.
The Petri dish
maybe
of
5 or
Philadelphia
10,
is a
but not
study
20.
that will be posted in the Philadelphia
Make sure y'all
Times.
wrap y'all shit up because if just protect yourself.
Get tested
that's
frequently.
What we like to say. Get tested frequently.
I would say
make sure you protect yourself.
I would
Say no
say
couches
just
promotes.
Protect.
Safe sex. Safe sex.
sex.
I would say just go with the flow. Like if you out and you know y'all all having a good time.
Can't say
you meet
promote safe
someone
sex and then
and-
go with the flow. That
What you mean? It could be safe or not.
Well, you could have like you could have like a little penetrative protective preview, you know?
Hey,
Whatever you want
The
to say.
PPP.
This shit ain't no joke.
The
This shit ain't no
PPP.
joke.
you know what I be on?
You don't know the PPP?
Fuck
Nah,
No.
I know the PPA.
Luca. Luca. No.
I know the PPA, not the PPP.
No, you gotta have the PPP. That's not acceptable.
Wait, what's the PPP?
Protective penetrative preview. Okay,
Absolutely, I
that's what
agree
you
with that.
do.
Is that with it or without it?
That's that's basically just like a very extra way of saying sex with a condom.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
We support the
around
PPP.
saying, yo, raw.
No,
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
that.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Especially with no club rat.
PPP load.
Especially with no club rat. Don't do that with no club rat.
I'm here to tell you, don't take advice from me. Take advice from everybody else.
We appreciate your honesty, my brother.
Yeah.
Well,
For sure.
thank you for tuning in to another Talk Your Shit Tuesday. I'm your host, Athena Rose. You can follow me on Instagram at Does She Ever Shut Up. It used to be Where is Athena? I haven't spelled it out before. It's DOESSHESSHUTUP. I did that right. If you want to follow everybody else on Instagram, I'll be tagging their links, usernames.
Well, thank you so
give
much
you
for
the
having
flowers.
us.
I want to thank
So we
Athena.
appreciate you.
for doing all this, having us on here. This is our first podcast. You know, hopefully, to many more. She's doing a great job with the Talk Your Shit podcast. And we just want to give her flowers and say that we appreciate her even, taking the time of day to having us on here. It really means a lot to us.
Thank you, everyone. Recording.
Don't forget, like and
everything
subscribe
you're
to her
doing,
page
everything.
and her channel. Like and subscribe. Do it now.
And follow at Standing on Couches. We got a lot of big events coming up. We got some good content coming up. And also, any DJs, ambassadors, promoters, creators, anybody that's looking to step into that space.
Nightlife.
We got a lot in the nightlife industry. We got a lot of opportunities for anybody. So feel free to contact us.
Out.
Again, I am Nate Council at Nate Council SOC on all social medias. You can follow me. And yeah, you wanna.
I'm Luke Bender. Follow me, Luke Bender _SOC on Instagram.
I'm Dominic Bender. Follow me at Dom Bender _SOC.
At Luca the DJ. It's very simple. I'll see y'all at Roar on the 24th.
Roar every Friday.
Appreciate y'all.
We'll
Peace.
see y'all at Roar on Fridays,
y'all.
and we'll
Don't
see
ask,
you
don't tell.
next Tuesday.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Beware of the club rats.
Beware.